Welcome to the Financial Wellness Academy, educating and empowering you to master your money, regardless of your current circumstances, so that you can live the life that you desire. My name is Caitriona Ellis, the founder of the Financial Wellness Academy, and in today's vlog, we're going to talk about the idea of whether you should invest or whether you should pay off your mortgage. And the really annoying answer to this is it's not quite black and white always. And it does depend on your circumstances. And I am, fortunate in the position that I have experienced both sides of this, and I have had one particular view. And when my circumstances changed, my opinion totally changed on this. If we look at it in terms of black and white, we can see that when you compare the rates of what your current interest rate is on your mortgage versus what the rate of return is on your investments, that can be quite a easy thing to compare and can help you make a very scientific, logical decision on it. So let's say, for example, you're paying 5.5% on your mortgage and you're currently getting an interest rate on your equity investments of about 10-12%. Well, then it would appear, assuming charges are the same, etc., roughly, that it makes more sense for you to invest and to continue put any spare money that you have into your investments because you're getting a higher return there than what your borrowing is actually costing you. That is how it looks on the face of it. And many people will tell you that definitely in that instance, it makes sense for you to do that. I would caution against making such a black and white decision because I think there are more factors at play that are hard to quantify, but that most definitely take a toll on your decision and on making the right decision for you based on your circumstances and where you are right now. And that, as I said earlier, definitely can change based on your age, stage, season, reason, and all of those amazing, interesting variables. So back when I started this journey in 2015, I was very much of the mindset of the black and white, as I explained. And at that point, our interest rate on our mortgage was about the 3.5%. And the returns I was getting on our investments was maybe 12, 14, 15 on some. So it was significantly higher. And at that point, we chose to invest any spare cash that we had into our equities. And that continued then with the power of compound interest to really spiral into quite a large sum. So that at that point felt like the right decision. In the last 12 months, I had a windfall that I wasn't expecting. And again, when I looked at it, the returns I was getting on my equities was still, even with the increase in mortgage interest rates, was higher than my mortgage interest rate. However, safety and security of my family home for my kids and I was a much higher priority at that stage, given I'd just been through a divorce. And I chose to, instead of putting that money into investment of whatever sort, equities, property, etc., I chose to pay down my mortgage, a lump sum off my mortgage to reduce the payments down significantly. And that was an amazing feeling. And it was absolutely 100% the right decision for me based on the circumstances I found myself in and the priorities that I had at that point, which had shifted significantly from when I made that initial decision in 2015. So the situation was very similar. The numbers were similar. The return on investments was higher in both instances. But in one scenario, it was the right thing for me to do was to invest. In the second scenario, change of position, change of age, etc., the better thing for me to do felt like paying off my mortgage. So, like I said, there are no right and wrong decisions on this. They're not quite black and white. I think there are lots of opinions out there that absolutely tell you that there is only one way and it has to be black or it has to be white. And I most definitely am in the space of it does depend, and you really need to make that decision. No financial advisor, no mortgage advisor, nobody else outside yourself can advise you on this. You really need to take all of your scenarios on board, your situations, the variables that you have at play, and figure out what is the best situation for you to take, to adopt based on where you are right now? What feels like the right next step? So I'd encourage you, if you're in this position, to yes, so take some time out. And as I mentioned many occasions, our superpower when it comes to this is not the facts and figures on it. That's quite simple. But our superpower really as women with this is to tap into what your internal wisdom is on it. And to get an accurate gauge on that, it really needs you to create some space, whether that's on a walk, whether it's in the shower, whether it's doing something you love, to open up to the idea as to what's really the right thing for me to do right now. And what's right for you now may change in the future, and that's absolutely okay. It can happen. I've experienced it personally, and that's all okay. So I'll leave that with that thought with you to think about if this is something that resonates with you and you're in the position of, which should I do? And what is the right next step? You are the best person to decide. And sometimes it might look like a hybrid. It might look like increasing your mortgage payments slightly and hedging your bets. So maybe putting some of the money into your investments and maybe spreading that, making sure you've got diversity there, but also maybe increasing your mortgage payments. And that allows you to have a little bit of best of both worlds. So I'd love to hear, as always, any ahas, any ideas that you got as to how you're going to take this information and apply it to your life to increase that financial wellness level for you. So I will see you in the next vlog, and here's to your financial wellness.